All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome back after a day away. Welcome to 7 straight days of streaming. I am Phil, of course, DSP. Today is July 1st, 2021. I'm excited to head into the second half of the year with all of you, now being a full-time YouTube streamer. I hope that you guys are ready for fun. There's good stuff on the horizon for sure. I'm excited for this stuff. I'm sure you guys are too. And welcome back after the day away. I am going to be streaming, like I said, 7 straight days. So let's see. That'll be today's Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's right. Thursday of next week is my day off. Thursday of next week. So 7 days. It's good stuff. What are we going to be doing for those 7 days? A lot of good stuff, my friends. A lot of good stuff. Continuing on with most of these awesome playthroughs that I'm doing right now. More chill streaming. Getting further advancement in certain games. It's going to be good stuff. Actually, now that I'm looking here, hold on a second. This is my day back from break. Today was the day when I wiped down the office with disinfectant wipes. I do it once a week whenever I come back from my break. Make sure everything is clean here. You know, I do it for 2 reasons. The first is basic sanitary purposes. It makes sense to clean the office once a week. Everything that I'm touching on a regular basis, the controllers, the keyboards, the headphones, etc. But also, you know, last year, man, I had a rampant outbreak of ear infections. If you remember, I just kept getting ear infections over the course of 2020. I think I had 4 total. To the point where I was like, this is ridiculous. Things got to change. So this is one of the things that I do. But the wet wipes were still out. I was like, oh, shit, let me put those away. But anyway, guys, so it's July, okay? And because it's July, we're going to shake things up a little bit. Things are going to change a little bit here, all right? First of all, no more gameplay. Decided I'm canceling all the gameplay streams. Instead, we're just going to talk drama and politics every single stream. I figure this will really stir things up. This will bring a whole new aspect to my viewer base. People will just be so happy with me that this is what I've decided to do. Yeah, right. No. As you guys know, that's the complete opposite of my philosophy. I absolutely love being a gamer, lifelong gamer, sharing those daily gameplay experiences with you guys for about 13 years now and counting. So, yes. No, we're not doing the nonsense. We're going to be focusing on games. I was just joking. But anyway, since it is a new month, I figured I should shake things up a bit. And quite frankly, there's a few things that have been going down behind the scenes that I'll tell you about this morning that kind of led me to decide there should be a few tweaks and changes. All right, the first thing is the monthly membership goal for the month of July is going to be 200 members, okay? I feel now that I have been streaming on YouTube for over a month, I have a better idea of how to expect the growth here. I hate to admit it, but growth here is going to be slow. You know, trying to get people to come over from Twitch. I feel like now people who are going to jump over have. And now, essentially, my growth is going to come from 2 groups. People who are kind of discovering me for the first time and giving me a shot. But also people who maybe watch the on-demand videos on YouTube and always have. But now we're like, oh, I'm actually able to watch Phil's streams for the first time. Because he's actually over here on YouTube where the bandwidth is not insanely bad. I can actually watch stuff. Let me give him a shot. Okay? So I said, all right, let's lower the membership goal. Last month, which was my first month on YouTube, I tried to do 250 members. And quite frankly, we were doing pretty good. We were up to 190 some. But then what happened was a lot of people's subs expired because they had all subscribed. Excuse me, I'm still calling them subs still, as you can tell. I'm still not used to this transition over to YouTube. Memberships. A lot of people's memberships expired because they had become members when I first started streaming on YouTube in around mid-May. Okay? So those expired around mid-June, and then we had a giant dip in memberships. And although many of those people did renew their memberships, some didn't. So here we are, sitting at around 160 members. We were nowhere close to the 250 membership goal. All right. Also, I mean, let's be very honest about this. No gifted memberships. No Amazon Prime freebie membership deal here on YouTube. It's a very different situation than over on Twitch. And it's, quite frankly, not a very good one because on Twitch, I mean, some months, even at the slowest, I had between 500-600 subs a month, right? Even at slowest, and we're talking like 2-3 years ago. And then, you know, on good months, I would get a ton of gifted subs. People were using Amazon Prime. When I was unceremoniously and unfairly, unjustifiably removed from the Twitch partnership program. I love how I like to use hyperbole. When I was removed from the Twitch partnership program, I had 900 subscribers. Okay? If you do the math, let's assume that I made $2.50 off of each of those subs. That was about $2,000 a month. Now, there's actually more than that because some of those were higher tier subs. Okay? That was a lot of income that overnight I lost because they kicked me out of the partner program unfairly. Okay? So the first month here of full-time streaming on YouTube, I had no idea what to expect. So I set up that goal, just $250. And like I said, we kind of got close at one point, but then we dipped back down. It's obvious this is going to be a slow build. This is not going to be a situation where I'm going to get a ton of growth right away. So we're going to do it slower. This month, for the month of July, the goal is 200 subs by the end of the month. That means only 35 viewers have to... I said subs again. You see? Oh my God. 200 memberships by the end of the month. That means only 35 viewers need to become members of the channel. It's going to take me like a year to start saying the right things here. Because I've been saying the same thing on Twitch for 4.5 years. It's going to take a long time to unprogram my brain, you know? So anyway, so yes, that is the deal. Membership goal, 200 members this month. Only 35 more needed in order to hit that. So obviously I'm going to urge you, if you're not a member, to become a member. You get so many positive benefits from being a member, including getting a highlighted name in the chat, getting a chat crown badge to show how long you've been a member and supporter of the channel, getting access to emotes. Right now we have 17, but we will unlock more over time. And also the ability to talk as much as you want without any limitations on the slow mode that we have set up in the chat. It's 10 seconds for everybody else. Okay? So this is a #1 change I want everyone to know. I feel it's much more attainable now because unlike when you're like 80, 90 subs away. I said subs again. Jeez. When you're 80 or 90 memberships away, right, it makes it seem like an unattainable goal. Especially with the fact that the viewership on these streams is not how it used to be on Twitch. You know, we got 200, 300 viewers a stream, and most of those viewers, you know, at least half are members already. You know, now I got to basically make it so that everyone who's a regular attendee becomes a member. It's cheaper than Twitch, guys. It's $1 cheaper than it ever was over on Twitch, and I get just as much benefit out of it. So you're actually helping me a lot more. YouTube takes less of a cut than Twitch ever did. And quite frankly, the benefits are good, you know. So please consider becoming a member if you have not. Many benefits to doing so. Now, what is the reward? Well, we're going to do what we did last month, what people wanted, but we never reached it. It was unattainable. So it's going to be a marathon of some sort. What is it? I don't know yet. I'd rather put the power in your hands. You know, some of the marathon ideas, an Indies marathon, a Rageathon, a retrospective event. I'll be honest, I'm leaning towards either an Indies marathon and a retrospective event, and here's why. Indies marathon, we haven't done one in quite a long time, and at this point, there's been a lot of indie games that I know have released that people have said, oh, you're going to play this one, going to play this one? No. I don't usually have time to fit indie-style games into my schedule. And so to maybe play like 4 or 5 of them in a marathon setting, get exposure to them, and decide if these are playthroughs I want to do later on in the future, it would be a good thing, you know? I think the last time we did Indies Marathon was like over a year ago, if I remember correctly, okay? But also, the retrospective event, okay? Haven't done a retrospective event in a while, and whenever I do them, you guys really seem to enjoy them. Some people actually had some interesting ideas of things to do in the retrospective event this time around, like focusing in on certain playthroughs or certain series, stuff like that. So I feel either of those would be great. Rageathon, I don't know. Rageathon I'm always on the fence about because half the games people end up nominating for the Rageathon don't cause any rage at all. They just completely miss the mark. I don't know. I think people just sadly don't really understand what makes me rage and what doesn't. Because sometimes, oh, Street Fighter 5. I haven't raged playing Street Fighter 5 in like 4 years. I just don't care about the game. It's the most crappy game. I don't enjoy playing it. It's just a waste of time. I pick Ryu, I win a million times, and then we move on to the next game. Like, why did I play this? Right? But anyway, if you guys have any ideas of something different, right, that we could do as a reward, I'm all ears. But no one's really come up with anything that's any different from what we've been doing. And I don't think necessarily that the issue in June was that people didn't support the channel. The issue was that getting that many people to become a channel member, on a new thing. It wasn't an ongoing thing. It wasn't a renewal. It was trying to gain basically like 100 new members in a month when, it's going to be a very slow build here on YouTube. And in addition, there's really no new releases that are hot new releases right now, nor will there be for a while. It's just been very slow the last 2 months. It sucks that Resident Evil Village, I finished it and then I came to YouTube. I feel that if I had started Resident Evil Village on YouTube, I might have gotten like 100, 200 extra people over here checking out my stuff. Seriously, because there's people who came in, watched that playthrough, and then they dipped. Because they're waiting for the next big AAA release to come back and watch me again. So, see, Janovics Gaming says, I should find a way to reinstitute the Mario Marathon. Remember the Mario Marathon I did earlier this year? Where I did Mario 1 and then I was doing Mario 2 Lost Levels. And I was instituting challenges. Where it was like, oh, I will beat this within 2 lives. And then people would say, yes, he will. No, he won't. They would wager, and then when they wagered, they would win or lose points. I guess what I will have to do is either sit down myself or see if I can have someone who knows something about this do a little bit of research for me this month and try to figure out a point system for the channel. Right now, what we're doing for the golf, Mario Golf, I'm doing a poll for each hole on whether or not I will make par or double bogey or whatever, and that's pretty fun. But now we're doing special modes, like for example, we just did the cross-country mode. You couldn't really do that until you got through like the intro. And now we're going to do another mode called speed golf, and I don't even know what that is. So the polls work to some extent, but they're not great. I agree that having some kind of ongoing system with points might work, but I need to figure out how to make that work. You know what I mean? I don't know how it's going to work. So I got to look into it, okay? But anyway, that's the deal with the members this month. 200 membership goal. Hopefully we can hit it by the end of July. Many benefits to becoming a member, and we'll do a marathon of some sort if we do hit it, and we'll talk about that over the week, okay? Over the month, I should say. By the way, it is so effing humid here in Washington now. So now we had 3 days we had record high temperatures. Okay, it was like ridiculously hot here in Washington. 111 it was here in my local town just a few days ago. So then the heat went away, but now it's humid. It's been 60, 70, 80% humidity. And so even though it's not hot outside per se, according to this, it's not even 70 degrees, but I'm sitting here, I'm sticky as hell. I'm like, why am I feeling hot and sticky? Because it's fucking humid as shit. And we never get this here. Again, this is weather that we don't usually get in Washington. In Washington, it's usually dry and hot during the summer, and then we get a lot of rain and say mid-range temperatures over the course of the year. Maybe a little bit of snow every year, but almost none. We never get extreme heat, and we certainly never get humidity. It's like Florida. It's like, what is going on here? So I'm sitting here trying to do the pre-stream. I'm like, why do I feel so uncomfortable? Because it's humid as hell. I hate this, man. I seriously hope that that things get back to normal here sooner rather than later, because this is getting obnoxious at this point. Seriously, it is. It's getting very obnoxious. So I am hoping for better. Hoping for the better, I should say. Okay. So, guys, that's the first half of the changes that I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about the other half of the changes, because this half is really important. And I please, guys, if you're here on PreStream, please take a moment to listen up. Very important that I discuss this and clear the air about it and let everyone know what's going on with me here behind the scenes, because I want to give everyone an update, all right? So, before I lost my Twitch partnership, things were going good. I had just got to the point where I'd paid up my taxes. My tax guy was doing my taxes and everything was good. And I told you guys, if things keep going that way for the rest of the year, this would be the first year where I get back on my feet financially, where I would be able to pay my taxes every month. Everything would be good, and I wouldn't have to worry about, oh, I owe back taxes again this year, and this and that, all coming up, right? And then what happened? I lost my Twitch partnership, all right? And it threw everything for a loop, and it sucked because I didn't have Twitch income to depend on. And I didn't know, admittedly, becoming a full-time YouTube streamer rather than Twitch, how things were going to go and what kind of a difference we were going to have from the support that I had on Twitch to the support that I have on YouTube. Now, admittedly, those first few weeks were amazing. You guys came out in droves and supported me here on YouTube. I got so many tips, and that got me through that first tough month. It did. Like, it was so good, okay? And then, even last month, even though things were tight for part of the month, because of that generosity that you guys had given me initially when I lost my Twitch partnership, it got me through last month too, okay? But now, I'm basically sitting down, it's the 1st of July, okay? And I'm sitting down and I'm looking at the rest of the month, July, for the first time, I'm not even kidding you, for the first time in years, I actually wrote down every single bill that I have and when they clear. Because previously, I always had income to rely on. I always had around the middle of the month, I had that Twitch income coming in, and that would pay most of my utilities and things, no problem, okay? Then later in the month, I would get my ad revenue payment from YouTube, and that would finish off the month for me. So I had a lot of things on auto pay, like my cell phone bill, my utilities bill. And now it's like, now I have to look and say, okay, when do those really clear? Because I have to be sure that I have enough money now, because I'm only getting one major payment a month from YouTube. That's it. It's very different now, okay? So after 2 months of getting by, I basically sat down, and I looked at everything, and I'm looking at the money that I'm making a day on YouTube here now streaming, okay? Because remember, I was doing, before I was getting YouTube income, I had it set up $200 per stream tips goal, because that was my only income. The only income I was getting was tips. And that, you know, you guys were so helpful for that short period of time there. And then I told you, when I start getting paid by YouTube, I could reduce it back to the old tips goals of $100 a stream, because now things would be a little bit better because I got the YouTube income coming in. All right. And admittedly, the first payment I got from YouTube was pretty good, because you guys, again, when I lost that Twitch partnership, initially a lot of people came here to support. They became members. They did super chats, super stickers. Boom, I got a pretty good payment. That first payment from YouTube of being a full-time streamer. Okay. But now things are basically, in the month of June, they kind of settled into being normal. This is what I can kind of expect as normal income on a regular basis here from YouTube. Okay. And now that I've looked down to see what it is, and I see what I'm going to get paid later this month, roughly around the 21st is when YouTube pays me. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, uh-oh. You know, essentially, here's the deal, okay? I basically have gone through all the funds that I had from that extra support you guys gave me when I jumped from Twitch to YouTube. I used that to pay the bills and everything for the last 2 months, and now it's basically all dried up. Now, I've got a little bit left from that YouTube payment that I just got about a week and a half ago, and that's going to go to pay bills for essentially the next week. I got some patron funds that'll be coming in within the next day or two. Thank you to anyone who pledges to my Patreon. It does still help every month. So whatever that ends up being. And then I've got essentially whatever tips I make every day. That's my income all month until I get paid by YouTube on the 21st of this month. Okay? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't think it's enough. Like, I have all these bills coming. I started doing the math, and I'm adding all the bills. So I'm adding my mortgage payment, my condo dues, the Comcast internet bill coming up, my car payment that I have to pay this week. Because I believe one of the utilities comes due the same day as the mortgage, and then the other one comes due the same day when I have to do a back payment to the federal government for my federal taxes. So I'm doing all this math. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, if I make the tips goal every stream, that was a $100 tips goal, okay? If I make the tips goal every single stream between now and the day when my mortgage is due, excuse me, let me try that again. Between now and the day that I get paid by YouTube, okay? Plus the income I still have, plus the whatever I make on Patreon. So I'm doing all this math. I'm like, it might be like just enough to pay bills. It wouldn't even be enough so I would have money to go grocery shopping, to go to dinner with my wife once a week, to have any flexibility at all financially. Like, I would have none, zero. I wouldn't have any money at all for anything. Every dollar that I make that I have would go to a bill. And then on top of that, if anything were to come up, I have no money for it at all. Okay? So, and by the way, that's assuming that every single stream between now and the 21st of July, I'm making the $100 tips goal. That's assuming that, which is probably not going to happen. Let's be honest. There are slow streams. There's streams where I don't get a lot of stuff, and it's okay. Not every stream could be a crazy breakthrough, blow your socks off stream where everything is great when it comes to support. It's just not going to happen. Every single content creator out there that has a slow stream every once in a while. And it's okay to have a couple a week, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go crazy over it, but I'm just looking at it like this is bad because essentially I need to max every single stream and then some, and even then it looks like it's not enough. Okay? So, I said, what can I do? Because I have nothing. I can't borrow from anything. There's nowhere to go to make up this money to pay for stuff. There's just not. There's nowhere to go. And on top of all of that, while all this is going on and I'm doing these calculations, guess what, guys? My car is in the shop today. Yeah, my car is in the shop. And I don't know what the bill's going to be when the car gets out of the shop. So that's not good. You know, I just said I literally only have enough money to pay things, barely, and now my car's in the shop. Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing big. And by the way, I don't think it's going to be anything big. I don't think it's going to be super expensive or whatever. But still, it's just another expense. Okay? It is just another expense on top of everything that I'm not planning on, I can't afford. You know? This sucks. So, here's the deal. Alright? I'm not going to go back and be like, let's do $200 tips goals to stream again. That's ridiculous. Because, by the way, I've really I've appreciated the fact that you guys have been doing super chats, have been becoming channel members, and been supporting me in other ways. That will add up, and that will help me later on in the month when I get paid by YouTube. It does. It helps a ton. Okay? But I need some way to make some extra money to pay everything. If I don't, I can't. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This is bad. Like, I need to get some extra income, because if I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills this month. Okay? Just being very honest with all of you. This sucks. I was hoping that the first full month on YouTube here would have gone a little better when it comes to memberships and the like. I mean, just alone with if I had made the 250 memberships, that would have been, what? A lot of extra money. Actually, I'm doing the math. It would have been hundreds and hundreds of extra dollars. And we didn't make it, you see? Like I said, keep in mind, when I was on Twitch, I was making more than $2,000 more a month just on subscriptions than what I'm making right now on YouTube. That's a big dip in income, and that's going to affect me in a huge way. Okay? So, the tips goals are going up by an extra tier. Here's how we're going to do this, okay? No, I'm not going to $200 tips goals. It's ridiculous. All right? But obviously, I need some extra income every stream if I can make it. So the tips goal now is going to be $150 every stream, and it's going to be a 3-tiered reward system. The good news is the rewards are not going to change from how they already are. The rewards will stay the same. It's going to be, if we raise $50 in tips, I put on the Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I put on a vest of your choice. All right? That's always good. It's going to stay the same. But the new tier 3 goal, we hit $150 in tips, I put on the cowboy hat for you, okay? Unless there's some other silly thing, like let's say, for example, I don't know, I'm playing a certain game and people are like, oh, blow some bubbles or something, or do something, something silly. For the tier 3 goal, that's what we'll do. But the cowboy hat will now be the tier 3 reward, okay? Unless we come up with something new that we want to do, all right? And I know that some games I play, I say I can't wear the cowboy hat because I've got my headphones on. Essentially, it doesn't matter anymore. I have to do it anyway. I need to raise more money. So what I'm going to do is just take the headphones off. Doesn't matter if it's a new release or not. I got to do it. I'll either put them onto the table next to me, or I'll put them around my neck, or whatever I need to do. And I'll put the cowboy hat on for you guys if we hit the $150. Okay? And no, we're not doing the stupid Sonic hat. I already explained to you guys a million times why I cannot wear that extended. It's just not going to work. Okay? So, that's the deal, alright? Every stream, hopefully we can hit the tips goal of $150. 3 reward tiers now. Alright? And, hoping there will be incentive and people will help extra support every stream. Because I need it. I mean, I'm just being honest here. Like, I'm living on borrowed time right now because I have a little bit of extra money from last month to go towards bills for the next week. I got the patron money coming in, and then I got whatever tips I get from you guys, okay? So that's going to go pay for everything for the first 1 to 2 weeks. But as soon as that mortgage hits, that's it. That's a giant lump sum payment I got to make, and that's on the 15th. So between now and the 15th, I essentially have to raise as much as possible so I can pay all that, and, and that's why the tips goal is going up, guys, okay? So, I do appreciate all contributions, memberships, super chats, super stickers, and tips. It's all great. But I have to focus on the short term right now until we can build up this YouTube channel to have a more regular income, meaning more memberships that are auto-renewing every month, right? Similar to what we were doing over on Twitch. More regular super chats and super stickers. Once we build this channel up to be similar to what it was over on Twitch, then the tips goal won't be as big of a deal anymore. But what happened was I lowered it to $100 for that week and a half, and I looked at what I was making. I was like, that's not going to be enough to cover me. You know, this sucks. I wish it was. It's just not enough to cover what I need to pay in the next month. So I have to make these changes. Okay. So if you like the streams, by all means support it however you'd like. But hey, if you could tip me, please do. Tipping is going to help me in the short term to get by these bills. And by the way, please, if we can hit the tips goal every day, would be outstanding. Okay. But, you know, again, I don't like talking about this shit. I don't like having to worry about it. I just don't. This is a situation where people were like, oh, can you buy an Xbox Series X? No, based on the first month of performance on YouTube, I can't even pay the bills. There's no Xbox Series X in the foreseeable future, man. It's just not happening. I have no money to spend on anything at this point. I've got and now I got a car repair bill I'm going to get today. You know, my car's in the shop. So it's like thing on thing stacking on top of each other. Stress. Just what I need, right? No, I'm tired of it. So I'm not going to talk about it at length outside of this early segment here. I'll just say, yes, the goal's 150. Here's the 3 rewards. You got gunner glasses at 50, vest choice at 100, and a cowboy hat at 150. Please support the streams. You know, I'm not going to go crazy and talk about this every day. I don't want to. I'm so tired and exhausted of it. I'll just be honest. I'm exhausted of being stressed out about this money shit. I'm just tired of it, man. I just want to play games to have fun. I'm so tired of one thing happens, then another thing happens, then another thing happens, then everything's uncertain again. Everything's uncertain. I don't know what's going on. I'm tired of it. I can't take it anymore. Okay? I'm incredibly frustrated at this nonsense. And then on top of that, you got people who are fucking with me, you know, outside of the streams, trying to bring up drama, trying to bring drama to my streams. You know, the other day, I'm here streaming Fallout New Vegas, and fucking Review Tech USA shows up to ask me to be on his show. So I told him what I really thought about him as a content creator and the way that he's treated me over the years. Incidentally, he never emailed me to be on the show. What a shock. What a shock that when I told him publicly, I don't want to be part of your drama because all you do is spew drama on the internet and you benefit off of the misery of others. What a shock he didn't contact me to be on his show after that, huh? Oh, what a surprise. Because I wonder what he really wanted to talk about on his fucking show, right? Like, I don't have enough going on in my life, enough stress, and enough shit that I gotta go through. I really want to fucking be part of his bullshit, too. And by the way, give him extra views and extra boost for his own personal benefit. How about fuck no? You know? So, it's that simple, guys. All right? It's that simple. And hopefully, things will work out this month. Things, hopefully, this month will go well. A slight increase in the tips that I'm looking to raise. It's not a huge increase. Not doubling the tips goal. All right? Hopefully, I'll be able to get some extra income from this. You guys will enjoy seeing the cowboy hat on the streams, right? And I am asking for help. If you guys can step up and help a little bit more with tips this month, that would help a lot to get me through the tough time and afford everything. Okay? I'll be honest. I'm very nervous right now because I don't know what I'm going to be able to pay and not pay. It all depends on daily stream performance at this point. So I am hoping for the best. I will thank you all in advance for any support you can lend. Again, I'm 100% crowdfunded. I don't have any sponsorships. I don't have any partnerships. I am just here to put out content for you guys, and you guys support it, and I really appreciate that you guys let me do what I love for a living. I know that as we slowly build this YouTube channel back to, you know, to having any kind of attention or prominence on it, as my streaming viewership increases over time, support will come with it. I know that because I saw it firsthand on Twitch, where I stopped being a full-time content creator for YouTube, and I jumped to being a full-time streamer on Twitch. It was a slow build, but the community built up over time. It became better and better and better. Already, we've seen dramatic improvements here on the channel just in the first month of me being a streamer here, right? And I definitely think things will go well in the long term. Okay? But we got to get there, you know? So thank you in advance, all right, for any contributions. How do you tip? If you look at the description of this video or stream, you can find a link, or you can type !tip into the stream chat, okay? That'll bring up the link for you as well. Schedule-wise, let's talk about what you guys can expect in the next week, and then we got, like, 1 to 2 news stories to talk about, and then we can get to gameplay. Mario Golf, of course, today, so let's talk about that. Today is a continuation of Mario Golf Super Rush on the main gameplay stream. We're currently on the 3rd world/course, I guess you can say. And apparently they're going to introduce another new game mode called Speed Golf today. Sounds to me like it's basically playing the course as fast as possible with a time limit. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Last time around was hilarious with the cross-country golf and not understanding how to use the tornadoes because the game didn't explain it. And me raging about it like an idiot, you know. Then getting the hang of it and basically saying, okay, on to the next, this is cool, you know. So let's see how today goes in Mario Golf. Later tonight, the late stream is going to be MLB The Show 21, my weekly late-night chill stream, where honestly the stream is a lot more just about talking than it really is about the gameplay. Although, admittedly, since I readjusted the difficulty to be fair, now I'm getting hits and home runs and things again. So it's actually panning out to actually having some progress. In fact, last week, remember, I got drafted up. What is it? Was it AAA, AA? I got drafted up 1 level. I'm not in the majors yet, but I'm right below the majors now. So I got promoted, basically. That's tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, a chill stream, okay? Then tomorrow, Friday, July 2nd, is Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition continuing on. Last time around, we did quite a lot of stuff at the Citadel. And then we did a bunch of, a little bit of combat at the end there. We're in the middle of a story mission. So we're kind of in the middle of everything, progressing with the game. That should be fun. Of course, every Friday night is my throwback Street Fighter night. Friday Night Fights. Hope you'll join me for that. Old school Street Fighter fun. Saturday, July 3rd, is Fallout New Vegas continuing, where will we finish the old will we finish the old, excuse me, will we finish the Old World Blues DLC or not? I don't know, because I keep thinking we're going to, and now we're over 12 hours into it, and apparently it's still going. It's one of the longest DLCs I've ever seen. It's definitely one of the biggest Fallout DLCs, because usually they're not that long at all. Usually they're like 5 to 8 hours long. This one's way longer. So, that's on Saturday, and then Saturday night, Danganronpa V3 continuing on. Sunday, July 4th is Independence Day. I know a lot of you will be celebrating it as a national holiday in the United States. I'll be streaming all day. Starting off with, let's see here, Mario Golf, more Mario Golf on Sunday. And then Sunday night, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And then on Monday, July 5th, Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition again. And then more Danganronpa on that evening. Now, as I said, I am streaming all the way through the week until Thursday, my next day off. So there's still several more days off coming up. Okay. So that's the schedule. All right. Now, outside of that, if anything else comes up, you know, I'll have a little bit of flexibility in my schedule, because right now there's nothing new going on until the middle of July. In fact, I think I want to say it's, let's see here. Is it like the 18th or something like that? Let me see here. 16th, Skyward Sword. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Remake is on the 16th, okay? So, we've got 2 weeks to focus in on all the stuff I'm doing, get as far as I can. What I'm hoping is that we'll finish with the Mario Golf campaign and be able to try out some of the multiplayer and stuff before Zelda comes out, because then Zelda will basically take over that spot and have priority, okay? Not much else in the realm of new releases, though, because there really is nothing else going on. The few new releases that have come out, I'm just not interested in, or I feel I don't have time to really play them. I am looking forward to the possibility of maybe doing something random and new this month, whether that would be play Final Fantasy VII, the original game, or maybe do Chrono Trigger again, maybe Metroid Prime 2, or people have made many different suggestions that I thought were quite good. So, we'll see. What I need to do is keep pushing forward with the stuff I'm doing right now. Don't take on any new projects until basically I start wrapping up and or getting much further in the ones I'm in, and then go from there. Okay? All right. Okay. All right, so I have 2 quick news stories I'd like to talk to you guys about. The first there's a studio, I think it's called Nix's or something like that. Basically, there's a studio that is dedicated to porting games to other venues. Apparently, they've ported quite a lot of games to the PC from consoles, and I guess maybe vice versa too. But basically, they're a porting company, and they were actually just bought out by Sony. And people actually seem to be happy about this because it means, hey, maybe Sony will be porting a lot of stuff to Sony consoles that previously they weren't, or maybe vice versa. Maybe they'll be taking Sony exclusives that have only been on PlayStation consoles and porting them all to PC now. So people actually seem to really like this news. I'm not sure how much it would affect me and my streams, but I guess if you're a PC enthusiast, you may be pretty happy about them buying a company that primarily ports stuff to PC, right? But in addition, the other big news today, Ghost of Tsushima, last year's amazing outing from Sucker Punch, right? Game no one really saw coming as good as it was going to be. And personally, one of my favorite games of the last 10 years was second place for me. Second best game last year, okay? That game is getting an expansion, Iki Island, all right? I think they're actually going to call it Ghost of Ikishima. Iki Island expansion. Not clear how long this expansion will be or how much content it will have, but it is going to be available, I guess people are saying, in August. And along with that, they announced the newly remade Director's Cut editions of the game that will be available for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 and include the DLC. Okay? The pricing is really weird because depending on what version of the game you have already, the pricing changes. Okay? So I think it's like if you're upgrading from the PS4 to the PS4 Director's Cut Edition and the DLC, it's like $10 or $20. If you're upgrading from the PS4 to the PS5 version of the game and the DLC, then it's $30. If you're outright just buying the base PS4 version and never owned the game before, it's $60. And the whole full-on version on PS5 is $70. I think, because it's confusing. I am kind of confused about this. All right, but I think that's how it works. So essentially, if you played Ghost of Tsushima before, you gotta pay money to get this new content no matter what. How much depends on what version you want to play. If you're going from PS4 to PS4, it's cheaper. If you're going from PS4 as an upgrade to PS5, it's actually a big chunk more expensive. See, for me, here's the thing. I played the entirety of Ghost of Tsushima on my PS4 Pro. I thought the game was gorgeous. I don't need 60 frames in the game because I played it at 30 and thought it was beautiful, right? I don't see a major benefit in doubling the frames of the game because I'm not replaying the game. I platinumed the damn thing. I like the game so much. I did every piece of content for it and I platinumed it, okay? So that's great, but obviously now there's an expansion. Cool, I want to play the expansion. How much is it? $30. I mean, essentially that's what they're telling me. You want to play the expansion? $30. Because you know I'm not gonna go back on my PS4 Pro to play the game. You know, that's silly. Why am I gonna go back and play on an old console that I haven't played in months and months and months since I got my PS5? Why would I do that? So I'm gonna play it on PS5, right? Okay, it's $30. And I'm like, ugh. I don't like that, kills me. $30 for an expansion. And that's what I mean. Like, if I'm paying $30 for this expansion, it better be good. It better be lengthy. It better be like 20 or more hours long. It better have all fun side content just like the original game had. It better not be like 90%, you know, bullshit, meaningless side missions, grinding in an open world, and then there's only like a limited story. That's going to piss me off. So I hope that they put a lot of effort into this thing, and it ends up being a really good DLC. See, the rumor was this was going to be called Ghost of Ikishima, and it was going to be a standalone DLC. But now they announced, no, it's not. You do have to own the base game to play this, but here's how you can do it or whatever. I think the real reason that people have some issue with this pricing scenario is if you look at Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay? Final Fantasy VII Remake. just had a free upgrade. If you owned the PS4 version, you could upgrade to the PS5 version for free. You could get all of the benefits of the PS5 version for absolutely free. They didn't charge you anything extra. Now, if you wanted to play the Intergrade DLC that features Yuffie, yes, then you have to pay extra money for the extra content. Essentially, Ghost of Tsushima is saying, no, you have to pay for the upgrade to PS5, and by the way, we're giving you the DLC with it. You see? So I think the fact that every company is treating the upgrades differently, some are doing it free, some are doing it piecemeal. Oh, do you want just the upgrade? It's this. Do you want the DLC? It's this. Do you want both? It's this. The fact that everyone's doing it differently is just, it's leading to dissension in the gaming ranks. People just want this all to be smooth, and they want it to all be the same, so you know what to expect. Now, oh, this game, I got it for free, and this game I had to pay. This game, the DLC expansion is about this much, but for this game, it's like double. You know, it's frustrating, admittedly. Admittedly, I'm angry that if I want to play this DLC, I have to drop $30. There's no like, oh, you just want the DLC, that's like $10. No, it's like, no, you got to pay for all the PS5 upgrades as well. You're stuck doing it. Unless you want to go hook up your PS4 Pro again for the first time in like, 7 months. Which obviously I don't want to do. So, I guess it is what it is. And yes, I am very interested. Now, when is the release date? Because I didn't write it down. Does anyone know when the release date is for Ghost of Tsushima? If you could tell me right now, I'm going to add it to my game release list. For August, which already is a packed month. Just listen, Hades on August 13th, 12 Minutes on August 19th, Kena Bridge of Spirits on August 24th, and Psychonauts 2 on August 25th. Is it the 20th? Wow. Okay, so Ghost of Tsushima. Thank you, guys. Now, do you see what I was telling you guys? As soon as August hits, things get absolutely insane for game releases. Like, that's nuts. So just listen to the game releases. Between now and the end of July, it's Last of Us. What the fuck? Let's try that again. Where did that come from? I really reached down into my colon to pull out The Last of Us. Let's try this again. Between now and the end of July, all we've got is the Skyward Sword remake and Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's only on Xbox Series S and X. Okay? Then in August, Hades on August 13th, 12 Minutes on August 19th, Ghost of Tsushima on August 20th, Kena Bridge of Spirits August 24th, Psychonauts 2 August 25th. Now listen to September. Alright, get ready for this. The Medium gets ported to Sony consoles on the 5th. Sonic Colors Ultimate September 7th. Tales of Arise September 10th. Life is Strange True Colors September 10th. Deathloop September 14th. Rainbow Six Extraction September 16th. Diablo 2 Resurrected September 23rd. Lost Judgment September 27th. Don't even get me started on October. Far Cry 6, Metroid Dread, Back 4 Blood, Battlefield 2042, Dark Pictures House of Ashes, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Empires 4. What? And we don't even have the annual games in there. Like, there's no Call of Duty yet. You know, like... Oh my God. So do you see what I'm saying about the rest of the gaming year? It's going to be wild and insane with tons of new releases. And that's also why I feel, with all these new releases on the horizon, I truly do feel that we're going to get a lot of new viewership and a lot of new people supporting the streams here on YouTube. Once the new releases start hitting nonstop, people are going to be coming in here to check them out every day. But there's been like nothing. It's been dry. Let's just look at the playthroughs I'm doing right now. You know, out of all the playthroughs I'm doing, Fallout New Vegas, Mass Effect 3, right? Danganronpa V3. These are all old games. So, you know, I have a core audience that I'm really enjoying hanging out with every day and playing these games. I'm having a great time. The streams are outstanding. But to bring in the real mainstream support, we need these big releases, and they all start in August. Okay? I agree with you, Swaggins. I do believe that as well. He says, I believe all PlayStation 5 upgrades for games you already own on current or last-gen consoles should be free. 100% agree. You bought the game on PS4 near the end of its life cycle. This company was already developing the PS5 improvements during that time frame. You should get those improvements for free. Should you get DLC content for free? No. You want to play Ghost of Tsushima? Play it. But don't charge me $30. Charge me $10 or $20 and say that's for the Ghost of Tsushima. Now, oh, you're also paying for the PS5 upgrade, so it's $30. You see, I don't like that pricing scheme at all. I just don't. I'm frustrated with it. Especially because, like I said, I'm not going to care the game's running in 60 frames. I was fine with it in 30. I'm not going to care. It's probably not going to look much better. The game was absolutely visually stunning on PS4 Pro. It ain't going to look that much better. I'm not playing at 4K or whatever, so I'm not going to notice the difference, you know? Okay. So, there you go, guys. That's the news. Thank you in advance for any support today. I really appreciate it. Speaking of which, let's get to it. First, let's do super chats and memberships. We have a couple to go through here. Hold on a second while I refresh the screen. All right, so shout out to Django Pops, who became a channel member this morning. Thank you very much, Django, for the new membership. And Roosh did a super chat, $5. It says, I think you're onto something there, Phil. I think he said that when I was joking about quitting all gameplay content. I said, I'm going to quit all gameplay content, and I'm just going to talk politics and drama every day. Thank you, Roosh. So I think technically we're at 166. I'll have to double check that because I'm not sure if Django Pops was actually renewing or not because I can't see that here for some odd reason. It shows as a bronze crown, so I think it was a first-time membership. So thank you, Django, for the support, and good to see you because I know he used to always be on the Twitch streams. Maybe now he's finally coming over to the YouTube ones, right? All right, now, we start with tips. Our first tip of the day was from Snow Carl, a $1.30 tip. He said, let's see here. Here we go again. Many times I've suggested, and we suggested playing with trusted viewers, which I said I can't do. Interactive, fun, creative gameplay like trivia games, which I said I can't do. Cooking with the King, which I said I'm not interested in doing and can't do. So here's the deal, guys. If you have a suggestion that's something interesting and new and different, great, please suggest it. If you've suggested the same thing 14 times and I've told you very, very justifiably why I can't do it, the fact that you just keep asking, it doesn't help your case. It just makes you annoying. And Snow Carl, I don't think you're understanding here. Some of the things that you're suggesting, I would actually like to do. I would like nothing better. I'm serious about this. I used to really enjoy doing the multiplayer events with my viewers. Remember, every year, end of the year, it wasn't even just for like contributors or anything. The end of every year, I had a whole week that I dedicated to multiplayer. All I did was play multiplayer with my viewers. Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Street Fighter, or Tekken, or whatever the hot fighting game was at the time. Among other things. Sometimes if there was a racing game or whatever, I would play it with my viewers. I loved doing that. That was always a good time. It was a week where I didn't have to worry about story progression in any games. It was just dicking around, having a great time with my audience. It was so nice. And then over the years, the insane amount of unjustified hatred towards me grew and grew and grew on the internet, and we had people who would literally ruin those events for others because they would pretend to be a supporter, then they would take up all the spots, they would troll constantly, not play, get on the mic, say disgusting things, and the people who were there legitimately to have a good time complained to me and said, this isn't fun anymore because these guys ruin it. Can't you do anything? And I was like, no. What could I possibly do? There's nothing I can really do about it. When you do a session like this, you never know who's really a fan and who's not. These people post up claiming they're real fans. They want to interact. They want to support. Hell, this even happened when I did patron-only events. Patron-only. So they paid money to ruin the event. Right? I can't have people paying money to get into an exclusive event and they have it ruined by others. That's not right. They paid money for a good event. If I can't control the situation and control the environment to make it viable, then I'm not going to do it. And that's the bottom line is I can't do it. There's no way to control the situation. It's always going to be overcome by hatred, by messed up shitheads. Why can't you get this through your head, Snow Carl? I mean it. Like, why can't you? How many times do I have to tell you? I want to do it. And I'm tired of you basically now nagging me about shit that I can't control, dude. I'm sorry. I really want to do it. I can't because my life is fucked up by these idiots. All right? I'm sorry. It does. It makes me sad. It kind of makes me feel depressed that I can't fucking do these events anymore because I loved them. And they had to go away because of the trolling. Would you rather have normal streams with me controlling the situation, us having a good time, or have me set up a multiplayer event that the whole thing's ruined by a bunch of shitheads, and then all they do is laugh about it and talk about it for weeks on end? No. In life, you don't put yourself into the situation like that. You say, I'm just going to do what works. All right? So please stop. And I mean that. Just stop now. Stop trying to act like I'm ignoring you when I'm not. I've addressed this every time you bring it up, and you still bring it up like I can't, like, oh, Phil's just lazy, he doesn't want to do it. No. Says it's not viable. I know. I fucking did it many times before. It didn't work, man. Just stop with this bullshit. Yeesh. Carl, this is not Snow Carl. This is a different person. Carl tipped $1.30. He says, how about co-op mode of Team Fortress 2? It's man versus machine. You can play with subscribers for the event. Again, not viable. You can't trust it. People say, oh, a subscriber or a channel member. These people will easily spend a few bucks to ruin one of those multiplayer events for everyone involved. They will. They will. Even if I made it, you have to be the highest tier of patron. You have to be a $50 patron in order to play the multiplayer event. They'll fucking do it. They'll become a $50 patron and then they'll ruin the event for everybody. So I'm not gonna put people in that situation. I care too much about you guys to have something ruined like that. I'm just not gonna do it. Snow Carl to me again. He says, this is the first time for years you put a budget on black and white. Have you considered going on a financial advisor or social worker and getting help with financial planning? All right. Snow Carl, my problem is not that I don't know how to handle stuff in that regard. My problem is that my income fluctuates constantly because of bullshit. That's my problem. I have not had consistent income since I moved here. Like, ever since 2015, every year my income's up and down and all around. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy because, you know, I thought when I moved here I was going to have consistent income. Here's what I'm making. Here's what I can budget off of. And I haven't been able to do that. Again, I was getting to the point where I could do that. And then Twitch kicked me out of their partner program. And now, again, I'm making way less money again on YouTube. I'm making way less than I was streaming on Twitch. And again, a financial planner will not tell you, oh, you'll be good. Oh, by the way, if you take like a $2,000 dip in your income this month, you'll be fine. No financial planner is going to tell you that or prepare you for that. They're going to say, well, you're screwed because you lost all this income out of nowhere. Now you got to figure out what to do, right? I don't need a financial planner to tell me that. By the way, if I don't have money, how will I pay for a financial planner? Oh my God. Let's continue. Snow Carl tipped $2. Says, I got my car back from the shop. It cost me $800. I know how it feels. You have any idea what's wrong with the car? I'm not going to talk about specifics simply because I just don't want to give away personal info. But it's not going to be an $800 repair. Let's put it that way. I know this is not my transmission is fucking cracked or something. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. The car is relatively new. You guys know my car. I got it in 2017. It's a thing that it could potentially be, you know, a little annoying. But I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's a really cheap, quick thing. But it's not going to be crazy. It's just annoying because it's just another thing. It's literally just another thing that, you know, I'm already tight and now this comes out. Like, fuck, man, you know. But it's not crazy. No, it's not. Phil's got to drop $1,000 to rebuild his engine. No, this is not a Grand Am situation. You guys remember I told you about the black hole, the money pit that was the Pontiac Grand Am that I owned in the 2000s. That car was the ultimate money pit. I bought it, and apparently when I was going to buy that car from a used car lot, it wasn't ready for sale yet. But I expressed big interest in it because I liked the car. So they basically rushed it to me. And then afterwards, I found out I had all these lingering fucking problems. And I had to keep bringing it back to the shop, back to the shop, back to the shop. That car fucking sucked. It destroyed me. So, don't worry. It's not that, okay? Firebowl accident. To me, $1.30 and says, type 1 in the chat if you can't live without Snow Carl. Oh, boy. Albert Aponte is here. He's $2.30, which is actually the top tip so far today. He says, hello, hope you're good. Is the third reward a mystery in the tip skull? No, here's what I said. I said, for now, the top reward, which is for $150 raised in tips on a stream, will be, will actually be the cowboy hat, which I have not had as a regular reward on streams at all. It's always just been the gunner glasses and the vest, and that was it. So now the tier 3 reward is the cowboy hat. Even if it's a game I'm wearing headphones for, I don't care. I'll take the headphones off to put on the cowboy hat for you guys because I really need the help. I need to raise more in order to get by right now, okay? So, but by the way, the other thing that I should say, because I forgot to mention this earlier, what I've noticed is There are people, hold on, Alfred, let me get you up there, Alfred, before I forget. There have been streams where people come in and typically they like to support the stream. You know, and these are, I'm not talking about people who are like giant contributors and drop giant bombs of contributions, but maybe someone who just comes in and says, oh, I'll give you a couple bucks and tips today or whatever, right? And it's much appreciated. Again, every little bit helps. But what I've noticed is I reduced the tips goal from 200 to 100, and very frequently when I hit the $100, everything freezes. There's been a stream where I hit a $100 tips goal and I didn't get a contribution for 3 hours. Because people are like, oh, he's good for the stream. You see? And sadly, this is what's happening is that happens, and now I'm like, well, I'm not getting anything on top of that, and then the night stream ends up being slow, and I don't hit it, and now I'm kind of screwed over because that's income I needed to pay my bills. You know, I didn't get it because everyone's like, well, you hit the goal, that's it. There's no other rewards, so, you know, we're good for now. You see? So by extending the goal, by extending the rewards to having a third tier, it doesn't make it feel like, oh, Phil already hit the goal. If I toss $1 here or there, now it's a waste. It doesn't go to anything. You see, it feels like we're always kind of building towards the next reward, which is a good thing. Tiered rewards are a very good thing. They absolutely are. And I want to eventually have it so like maybe we could even have higher than that, but it's not a set requirement. You know what I'm saying? Like every $50 maybe we do something cool and different. That would be nice. But I got to figure out what those things would be. And for right now, like I said, the tier 3 reward, which is the $150 goal, would be the cowboy hat. But if someone has a special request, like, hey, Phil, since we're doing something, you just got a hole in one, and we hit the tips goal, can you blow some bubbles or something, do something stupid? Sure, why not? I'll do something dumb. Who cares? You know? If the support's coming in, I'm willing to do whatever because I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of the fact that you guys like the content so much, and you want to help me out and let me get me through the tougher times, okay? Fair enough? Okay. See, Battle Duck in the stream just says, it's summertime and now people will probably be spending less time on the PC, even attending streams. And here's the thing. This summer, everything's open, right? Last year, everyone was stuck at home with COVID. This year, everything's reopened. Everyone's running out there to do the outdoor shit they couldn't do last year. So, admittedly, you kind of know what's going on, right? Okay. Continuing on. Wait, I lost my place. Oh, shit. Okay, it was Alfred Aponte. So, Carl to the $1.30 again. He says, I apologize. I didn't know before suggesting. And that's fine, Carl. I actually had answered it before you even asked. But you didn't. You had already asked it. You know, it's fine. Don't worry about it, dude. It's no problem. Thank you for the tips. The Gun Show 84 to the $1.30 and says, do you have a 3K Lemon PC? Was it even that bad? Are you excited for Windows 100? This is obviously an idiot because, number one, they're using a fucking meme from, like, last year. I remember this stupid meme, Gun Show meme. People were coming in here saying the Gun Show, and I didn't know what it was. It was one of the stupid memes they were using. I just recognized the name because it was spammed in here quite a lot last year for a couple weeks or whatever. He mentions a 3K Lemon PC. It's another meme. Another stupid meme about my PC being a lemon. My PC was never a lemon. My PC is on all day, every day, for 7 years, streaming and being used more than likely any PC out there, and I don't have issues with it. So, no, the PC is not a lemon. The PC is actually some of the most value I ever got out of an electronic I ever bought. You're a complete fucking asshole for saying something stupid like that. Because you just like memes. Because you're a moron, you see? Now, I am excited for Windows 100, though. Just Another Carl tipped me $10. Says, I thought it was America. You just throw away and you have a new car whenever you want. Something breaks or you get a flat tire. Yeah. What you do is, if you have a slight leak in your tire, you take your car to the demolition lot and they take one of those metal compressors. They smash your car into a metal block, a small one, and then you go buy a new car. That's it. And you put it on credit, too. You don't actually pay cash. Everything's on credit. So you just go right there. You finance the new car immediately. That's exactly how it works, right? Exactly. Anyway, thank you, Just Another Carl, for the $10 tip. So far, we're up to $20 in tips. And by the way, I know it says 3 rewards on the leaderboard. I will remove that eventually. It's just I want people to understand there's 3 rewards now, not just 2. Thank you, Just Another Carl. You're the biggest tipper of the day. Ladies Man is here to be $1.30. Said, I'm sorry I haven't been tuning in lately. I've been getting ready to go back to school, but I do have some free time. I thought I'd come over to the stream. Sounds good. It's good to see you. welcome to the stream, and I wish you the best, of course, when you do return to school. But we're about to golf. We're about to do Mario Golf today. I think today is speed golf, which is supposed to be like this. You have to race and do it in the fastest period of time or something like that. So, cool. Alvin Aponte to me, $2.30 says, how was the heat on your day off? It actually was not hot at all, but it was humid as shit, which made it uncomfortable. Like, the temperatures were in the 70s. I think the highest they got all day was like 81. So it wasn't that bad, and the sun wasn't out. It was actually overcast all day. So without direct sun, it wasn't hot. The problem was it was so humid that you were sticky and sweaty no matter where you went. And when you went back in your car after being inside a building for a while, your car heated up like an oven because the humidity got trapped in there. So it was, yuck, uncomfortable. We again, we're not used to humidity of any kind here in Washington. We usually don't have it. And right now we're at like 68 to 75% humidity, and we're like, ugh, we hate this. Right? I hate it. I absolutely do. BattleDuck 9000 has tipped me $20. So let's get this going, Fillmore. Thank you so much, BattleDuck, for the generous tip. That is now the biggest tip of the day. That will jump us up to $43 to tip, so we are quickly approaching our first Tier 1 tips reward. Thank you guys for that. Very nice. Okay. All right, guys. So, brief break. I got to use the bathroom. All right? I got to use the bathroom. I'll be back briefly. I'll take maybe a 10-minute break tops. Okay? Come on back. Mario Golf. The third course. We're going to see what we could do. Hopefully you guys will tune in and you see what speed golf is all about. And hopefully it's just as good as it was last time. But I do have to use the restroom. So I recommend you grab a drink or a snack for yourselves. Use the restroom yourselves. All right? And I shall be back shortly. Thank you guys very much. See you in a few.